computer. All right. So, hello, everyone. Good evening. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Ash, and tonight we are doing Market Like a Pro Part 6. We're going to go over mastering newsletters. Like I was saying, newsletters is a really good part of marketing that I feel like a lot of advisors miss because we don't really understand what is going into the newsletter, right? It sounds great in theory, but putting it together can actually be a little overwhelming. So my goal for tonight is to kind of break down newsletters for you guys so you can kind of become more familiar with them. I'm going to show you Branch Up. Branch Up does newsletters. I'm going to show you the one that they just sent out today, actually. We're going to go over that one. And then I even have a cool gift for you guys at the end. So you're definitely going to want to stay for that. Okay. It's going to help you get set up for the actual newsletter part. But let's go ahead and dive in, shall we? Well, let me click it. There we go. All right. So table of contents. So, like I was saying, we're going to talk about what's really in newsletters, what they are, what to include, how to structure them, and we're going to show you a makeover, how to recycle the same content. We're going to really kind of just go all in. Hey, Fran. We're going to do a little bit of key takeaways and even an example newsletter breakdown. So, we're going to be covering all of that tonight. But why does this training matter? How is this going to help you guys? So social media is kind of what everybody does to bring awareness, right? But once you get that awareness, you don't really know what to do if you get an email, if you get an inquiry. You know, a lot of us will get that inquiry, we do the booking, and then we're done with it. But guys, we need to take those emails and actually turn them into referrals, right? So by doing a newsletter, it is a great way to kind of create loyal repeat clients because we're always sending them new deals, new offers. We're just kind of, staying on top of their mind. And by the end of the session, my goal is that you'll know how to create one just like this that we're doing, and that you'll have the ability to kind of attract and engage and convert. Yeah, right. Okay. Same here, Heather. I totally understand. So, who is currently here sending newsletters? I'm assuming that's what we were all answering the question to. Is anybody currently sending newsletters here? Is everybody here kind of new when it comes to the newsletters? Is anybody established with newsletters? No? Let me know in the chat box. Oh, I just closed the chat box. Hi. No, not yet. No? All right. So I'm going to show you guys. Never thought about it. Yeah, okay, good. We're doing good. Good. I don't have anybody to send it to. So Tiffany, that's okay. A great way to start getting to get emails is to do a lead magnet. I did a lead magnet training I want to say last month we did lead magnets. So definitely check out Market Like a Pro Part 4 is what it was. And I did lead magnets. So there you grab those emails, and this is when you can use the newsletter. So it's not that you don't have any, you just got to get set up with the lead magnets, and then you can grab some too. Okay. So let's go ahead and dive in, shall we? All right. So, what is a newsletter? A newsletter is basically like your personal own travel magazine. It's a branded email that inspires bookings with stories, visuals, builds clients' loyalty, keeps you at the top of the minds between trips. Because just because a person's not booking right now doesn't mean that they're not going to be your client ever, right? Everybody books travel at different rates. So, we just need to always kind of stay there like, hey, you guys, this is what I have. By the way, this is what we're offering, right? Just like any kind of regular branded business, that's what everybody does, right? So it inspires people bookings with stories and visual. It builds client loyalty and keeps you on top of the mind and helps drive traffic to your booking forms or your socials. By including, how Branch Up comes out with all these different articles, and they have the different, like Get Your Guide is another one. There's a lot of different articles in that, right? And we a lot don't know what to do with that kind of stuff. Put it in the newsletter, okay? If you're not in their inbox, then someone else is inspiring them in their next vacation. I definitely agree with that. And guys, one of the things that can make us as like an advantage of why to book with me could definitely be a newsletter too, especially if you have certain type of clients. Like maybe your niche is cruises, right? Sending out just regular niche, like just say cruise checklist, right? For packing, or how to have the best cruise, kind of newsletters. Like anything like that is considered a newsletter and can be put in the form of sending it out to your client every month, right? So, continuing. What to include in a travel newsletter. Now, of course, you guys can feel free to screenshot any of this. You don't have to, just try to remember it all. I do have the gift for you guys at the end that will include stuff like this. So I'm just because I feel like a lot of times I give you guys so much information. So I'm gonna have you like a little gift to take with you so you can learn how to actually build a newsletter, not off the top of your head. All right. But if you want a screenshot, feel free to. So each edition should feature, first of all, the subject line hook. That subject line hook has to be emotional, catchy, has to have curiosity driven, and then it has to be followed with an intro message that should be about you, right? Directly. So we have the subject hook line, right? We have the, how do we say this? Basically, who it's to underneath subject. That part is what has to catch them because that's how they open the email. Right after they open the email, it needs to have that intro message. This is about you. Thank you for choosing, blah, blah, blah. Travel with Ash is mine. Here, I've been booking travel since, blah, blah, blah. Like just something about you, right? Next, you want to grab their attention because you have to put like some kind of catchy, like, okay, here's what we're talking about this month, right? So you're going to do a featured destination or deal, 1 to 3 quick highlights, put links in there, a travel tip or story, share value or insider knowledge. And then at the bottom of every single email, and sometimes honestly, I put them throughout the emails too, but in between the emails or even at the bottom, you want to do a call to action. Tell them exactly what you want them to do next, right? So reply with beach, click to get a quote, something like that that has that at the bottom and even in the middle. Sometimes I put it like right after I introduce myself, but I try to put it all throughout because you want them. That's what we're trying to do, right? We're trying to get an inquiry. We're trying to get the information shared. So the best way to do that is to carry it through, right? But that is essentially the structure of the newsletter. Does that sound familiar to you guys? Does this structure sound familiar? What is the structure right here? Does anybody know what the structure is? What kind of formula this is? I want to ask you because we talk about this. I not even just me talks about this. I've heard Amy talk about it, Amy Cabrera. I've heard a lot of people talk about this. Does anybody know what this formula is? No? This is how we, oh, hold on. I want to know. Okay. This is essentially how we're supposed to post our content. Did you, I look like, yeah, email advertising it is. But when you guys post on social media, what do? You put a hook, you introduce the idea, you put the value of it, and then what do you do at the bottom of it? A call to action, right? This is the exact same thing. This is what we all teach when we teach you guys marketing. We tell you this, the formula, right? This is the formula, but instead, all you have to do is put it in an email. And I'm going to show you how. Continue. All right, where to find content and deals. So we got the first part, we got the subject, we got the intro. Now we need to put some kind of value in it. I would honestly suggest checking out a few different options when it comes to supplier resources. And it's really going to be all based on your niche. So, for example, supplier resources, we have Vax, we have Vacation Express, we have Pleasant Holidays, Delta Vacations. We know all of these, right? But what would really pertain to which one you're picking is going to be based off of what you are trying to promote. And honestly, I like to base it a lot of the times off of what my clients are talking about because those are the people that we're talking to, right? So I honestly one day just sat down and I put my newsletter together. I don't like to show you guys my newsletter because a lot of times people copy them and we don't want to do that here. But I do have that newsletter starting kit. So it's going to give you one to use. Okay. But essentially what I like to do is every time somebody does an inquiry with me, they're automatically a lead from here on out. Doesn't matter. Until they hit opt out, we're gonna keep emailing them, right? So I will put in different things. Like if I've ever booked a Jamaica trip for them, guess where I'm gonna go? To Vax. I'm gonna put something in there roughly that comes to that, right? If I ever talk to them about booking a cruise, I'm gonna drop something in there with the cruise. If I know that my niche is like Disney, right? A family cruise, something like that. Like you want to put things in there that pertain to them that's going to attract their kind of content. Another good source is here Travel Pulse, Travel Weekly, and Insider Travel Report. These are all websites that share travel like information. And it's a great way to kind of pull people. Like you can have a whole section just for travel news, right? Stay updated on travel. Like, excuse me. For example, you guys know how unfortunately right now in Jamaica they have that category 5 hurricane. right? This would be a really good topic to kind of include in there. Like what's happening in Jamaica, the future of travel in Jamaica. That would be a really good one, even for social media. That's a good topic right now. Like there's just so many different possibilities for us to be able to cover things inside of travel news because there's a lot, right? And then the next one that you might want to do is using your own bookings. So maybe you don't want to share client photos if you do have the permission to do so. Some of my clients actually will just tag me straight up on Facebook and then just share it. And I will ask them if they tag me, I'm like, hey, can I use this? Perfect, right? So if you have clients like that, great. But even if you don't have the photos, you guys can still do group updates, maybe personal travel stories. I like to do a lot of client wins, like, oh, here's my latest client win. There's that. Share a paragraph, put a picture of like a resort or whatever next to it. But you want to include things that are going to be in here for several different reasons. Okay. First, we have, let's talk about it right here. So first we have content, right, which is going to be like deals. That's the deals. Then we have the news, and then we have our own story. So this way we're pulling them in, each different tactic. And there's something that's different about every part of the newsletter. It's not just one part altogether, right? So has anybody who shares any type of content or who's pulling these articles, do you guys have any good sites that you're using right now for this? Honestly, for me, I'm going to tell you guys the one of the best ones I do is Get Your Guide. I don't know if it's going to let me. Let me see if it logs me in automatically. It might not. But Get Your Guide is probably one of my newest things to do. You have to, of course, create a profile with them, and you can do so here. But you could get all of these articles. They even have their own little different like stuff here. You see these? You guys can use this, and they have affiliate links. So a lot of the times I will share these types of things, and then they have trip inspiration. So they have different city guides here. You guys see this? Just the one from the suppliers. Yeah, same. Not a lot of times me too, because they have a lot of good ones. Travel Leaders Network, Agent Universe. Yeah, sorry, Agent Universe inside with Travel Leaders Network. They share a lot of good articles too. But if you guys do anything like this, these little things, once you're logged into it, it shows like your actual link and stuff too. So you guys can just share just different things in there that people like to read. Okay. So this is one thing that I like to do. This is one of them. And of course, then just the regular suppliers that we have too, right? So let me go back here. But yeah, that's what I like to include in mine. And I like to basically space it out so they can kind of scroll through the email. And that's when I put the call to actions throughout it. All right. So tools and platforms for newsletters. So these are the ones that I use. I'm sure there's a lot more out there. There's no copyright. No, because we're sharing the link. We're not going to actually like, I don't actually take the information and just like copy and paste it. I'm going to share the link inside of it and I'll put like a little preview above it. And then to read more, click the link. And then a lot of the times I'll use the ones that are my link. So, like, forget your guide. When you log into it, you have your own affiliate links, your own this, your own that. Another one, ooh, I can give you another one. Hold on, you inspired my mind here. Inspires too is another good one too. Y'all make sure y'all write these down. Look at these. So these are our own affiliate links too. All right, let's see here. Let me get one of these little articles. This is a co-brand to share. It has my logo, has everything. It's kind of like Branch Up, but like times 300. Okay, literally, look at this. It has all of this in here. So how I would do this is I would probably copy just something like this at the top of it, and then put read more, and then they open the link. Does that help you guys? Do you like these? Inspires too, and get your guide. Write those tools down. All right, let me go back. So now, how do we send these newsletters out? Okay, I got you on Samsung. Samsung, I got you on that one too. Yep. We'll talk about Branch Up on 1 second. Actually, we're going to talk about it now. So I'll go over that in a second. But real quick, so System.io is a fantastic resource. Oh no, you're fine, Lisa. System.io is a fantastic resource to send out newsletters. It's probably like my favorite one. Now, I will tell you with System.io, it is a free service, but it's only free if you use one tag. So I had an issue with that because I like to use it for team building. I will send out a newsletter through there. Yeah. Okay. Write that one down. And then I also will send out a newsletter through which through them, but for my clients. So I had to pay for System.io, and it's very cheap. I think it's like $15 a month or something like that. But when you want to do more than one tag, so if you're okay with just doing one tag, maybe use different domains, etc. But you guys can connect your domain to it. You can send out emails, and even if you just use the regular System.io, it'll still send out email, etc. But it will still come in there and do the newsletter for you. Okay. Let me see here. So like I said, I'm using mine. Whoa, what was that? Oh, I'm using mostly mine for team building, so it's going to look a little different. Let's see. It has a lot of stuff, guys. It has funnels in here. You could do all kinds of stuff in here. But it's going to be, oh, this is my new agent reminder for the newsletter section. Okay, so there's this one. And then it's also same thing if you do campaigns. So I do campaigns for this one, but this is my team building account that I use for when I'm building. So, but that's essentially how I do it is in here. This is free. So you guys might as well use System.io, right? And they have other ones too. Can I use one like Cinco de? Yeah, absolutely. Themes. We're going to talk about themes in a little bit. I just started with all this stuff. I'm telling you, I got a lot of stuff to share. But themes, very good. Like Halloween's coming up, so my newsletter for this month is Halloween-ish. Like I got a little ghost on there, and it says our deals are so good, or our deals are scary good, is what it says, and it has a little ghost. So like things like that, absolutely. So if you guys don't like System.io, I've seen MailChimp, they have a free version. Converter Kit has the sequences of storytelling. It can help kind of build the newsletter. Meller Lite is another one, and they have really good affordable layouts, but I believe there's a cost for those guys. And then Canva. Canva can kind of build the whole entire graphics, everything kind of tools for that, right? But hmm, essentially, I use System.io or MailChimp is a really good one too. Okay. But let's talk about BranchUp. So BranchUp has a lot of cool features for newsletters. Here, I'm already inside of it because it's just easier to log it up, right? But if you click on the client newsletter section right here, it's included inside BranchUp, and it will actually send the newsletter for you too. And it kind of looks like this. Preview campaign. All right, so it looks like this when it sends out. Now, I actually edited mine, but this is what it looks like. It's showing me an example of what it would have sent out. So I edited mine today and I made it look way prettier than what it had, but it kind of goes like this. And you see at the bottom where it says read more. So if they open this, oh, it won't let me open it now. But if they open this right here, it'll lead into another article that's through BranchUp, okay? And then it also will have a way for them to contact me. And then it has all of my stuff at the bottom. So I still put it in there. Excuse me. I still put it in there, okay? I still send it out because why not? It's already through there. And to go in here too, before it sends out, you just have to manage your contact list and add it. They send out every, I think it's like, what is this? Today's the 27th. So I think it's the 27th of every month is when they send it out. And they'll send you an email before they send it out, letting you know it's ready. And then you just fix it up. You can't really do much other than putting text in there. So I wouldn't use this as your main source, but I mean, it's going out. So you might as well just go ahead and put it in there, right? Now, the other part of BranchUp that can kind of help you within newsletters is going to be down here at the bottom where they have supplier landing pages. It looks like this. These are other links that you guys can click on. Now, the ones that connect to us, like this Virgin Voyages one, you open this guy, it connects to our actual Virgin Voyages affiliate link. You have to connect it. I have a whole BranchUp training that I can share with you guys at the end to teach you how to do this. It's very easy. You just connect it. And then when they want to go book it, like they can actually just click book now and I would get commission for it. It's a part of me. Like this is my link. See, sold and serviced by Ashley. My whole name. Wow. But you guys get the idea, right? So I would, if I was planning to sell cruises, this is a link. Why wouldn't I include this link, right? Like there's so much content that lies inside our vendors. Then this is just BranchUp. This isn't even technically a vendor. All of our vendors typically have this. Like all of the cruise lines will have some form of email, some form of flyer, something that you can attach inside of a campaign. Okay. So make sure whatever niche that you have, whatever vendor you're using the most, that you check these out because it's just free content laying there, right? Like I always think of it like this. We're investing every month, right, to make our business better, but we're not really using all of the tools. And that's what I'm trying to get to when I'm doing these trainings is like, look at this tool, right? Because there's just so many things that we can do here. So I'm trying to show you all. So Yes, that is essentially what I use BranchUp for. I use a lot of these links on my link tree. And I also like to put them in my articles too, because they're good. And you guys can even use them on social media. You could just copy and paste these. Why not? Right. So, yep, that's what it shows. And some of these links too, they automatically will post out. Like I've seen some of these posts on my page too. So they'll share these links for us. So that is pretty much what newsletters look like inside BranchUp. I highly recommend that. Let's keep going, shall we? All right. So, design and formatting tips. I'm going to tell you one of the biggest mistakes people make when they first do newsletters is that they're not mobile friendly. What about copyright? Well, we're still sharing the links, guys. So, that's I've been asked that twice now. So, let me show you. When I share that supplier landing page, John, like if I were to share this, I would let me open it real quick. Okay. I would grab this top part right here, just like this, right? And then I would put a read more at the bottom, and then I'll have it open into this link. Does that make sense? So we're not
Yeah.
copywriting. Whoa, I didn't know you could unmute. That was awesome. Hey, how are you? You scared me. All right. So cool. So yeah, that's what I do. So that we're not going to worry about copyright because we're going to still share the link where we're getting the information. If anything, it's like we're citing the information, right? So good question. All right. So mobile friendly, make sure that this is readable
So
on
we're
the
just
phones. Whoa.
reusing the information that
Yes. Oh,
Maytag
absolutely.
appliances. We're just reusing their refrigerator copy, and we're telling our clients that, if you want a refrigerator, go to Barbados and buy one. Okay.
Right. Yeah. I get what you're saying. But yes, essentially, yes, because it's just like content that's already given to us. So it's kind of like, why are we not using it? Right. And then if it leads us back to a call to action of booking it, that's even better. But at least we're giving them the content that we're already be giving ourselves. Right. So yes, you were right. Perfect. Thank you, John. All right. So as well, design and formatting tips. You make sure always that you add your logo and have a consistent color palette all the way through. Whatever colors you guys want to choose, color carry it all the way through. Okay. Don't put a lot of information at one time. So that's why I was saying when we share those links, we're going to copy and put a paragraph in there, right? But we're not going to put the whole article because nobody's going to read that. We want them to just like hang out in this email. So we're going to give them a paragraph with the link, call to action, paragraph, link, maybe a couple photos, maybe a video, something like that, right? Like you want to give them different things as we're going through. One strong call to action per issue. Exactly what I said. So every time we're breaking it up, we're going to break it up with the call to action. Click here for more information. Send a quote request, something like that, right? And then make sure all of the links are clickable or they're buttons. Make sure that they work before you send it out as well. Okay. The idea of this email newsletter should be clean, clear, and completely clickable no matter where they're going through the email. All right. So continuing. Newsletter makeover. This is a good example of what you want it to look like compared to what most people send. Okay. So, subject is travel deals. This is not eye catching. Nobody's going to read that. There's no emotion in there. It's just something like travel deals. They get emails like this all day long. Think about how many emails we get from suppliers. They get those emails too, right? So, we need to get something with more emotion. The body, check out our latest offers. Contact me to book. A lot of people like to do this right here. They're not going to check it out. They're not. They don't know what is the latest offer. We need to show them the offer, right? There's no emotion, there's no story, or there's no reason to click. This right here is way too vague. What are they contacting you for? We have to inspire them to book here. So let's see what it's supposed to look like. Ready for a beach break. There's emotion. Who isn't ready for a beach break? We all are. Hey, travelers, here are three dreamy escapes I'm loving this month. Oh, look at this. Book early to save up to 25%. So say, for example, for this, we pulled this out of Vax and they had a deal, right? Put that in there. And then at the bottom, call to action, reply beach for this week's offer. This is a really good example, okay? Because it's pulling them through. This header right here, that's the intro message, right? This is right here, a hook. This is going to pull people in. We share the value here. Then we add in there, oh, by the way, if you book early, save up to 25%. And then at the bottom, here's what I want you to do. This is exactly what you want to do when you're doing a newsletter. Love that. That's perfect. All right. Automation and growth. Honestly, I recommend sending at least one per month. Okay. Start out with one per month. It's a lot, but once you get into the habit of it, you can repeat your emails, and we'll talk about that in a second. But first, send out one per month. Okay. Then, before you even get to that, if you're not ready for that, maybe if you don't have emails yet, start collecting them first. And then while you're building that newsletter. Okay. So, collect emails. I get them from Linktree. Let me show you my Linktree real quick for you. Um, I need something to drink. Hold on one second, guys. Mm-mm-mm. Excuse me. Okay, let's just go here. My laptop loves to sign me out of things, which I love, but at the same time, it's not the best, right? So inside my link tree here, this is what mine looks like. Um, I like to put in here, here it is, right here. Join the Travel Deals VIP Club. So anytime somebody says something to me about like I don't know, like comment more for information or just in general about, giving me their email, I always tell them, oh, go join my Travel Deals VIP club. This is just a collection lead form from Linktree. It does nothing. It just collects emails and then it sends me an email saying, hey, I collected an email. All right. Email, name, I'm not a robot, send. Perfect. Just leave it alone like that. Okay. Do you have a Zoom on how to? Oh, yes, I do. I got you. I got you. Remind me at the end, okay? I will definitely send you it because it's very fun to set up. I loved setting up this link tree. I did it all online for you guys, but inside there, I will just collect that email. This is a great way for people who don't have emails. Start there. Another way that you can go in and do it as well is a form. If you have a Jot form set up, maybe you can do like a lead magnet where they send you the email and then in response, you give them a checklist or a cheat sheet or something like that too. Okay, I will. No problem, guys. I will. Just remind me at the end, okay? And then social post is a great way to collect emails. I like to kind of include like a Jot form or the lead form, whatever I put in there, to at the end of the social post. And then that way you don't have to pressure them to book right now because they might not be at the I want to inquire stage. They might just be at the what kind of deals do you have stage. And if they are, you can still get those emails through the social posts. Okay. Here's the other thing I'm telling you guys about offering freebies. Go to ChatGPT. We've already talked about lead magnets. That's Market Like a Pro Part 4, I think. Um, and I will show you guys all the Market Up Pros because we do this every month. So I'll show you the backtrack at the end too. But I offer like a lead magnet, like a freebie and response to I get your email. That's how it works, right? And then send once per month. Now you can track the metrics in all of the systems that I showed you. System.io, BranchUp even has metrics, MailChimp has metrics, and it will tell you who opened it, who clicked it, how many replies or whatever. It'll measure it for you. So whatever I find is working more or what's clicked more, I make sure I include that every single email. That's how I do it. Okay. But essentially, each issue builds authority and long term trust because we're sitting here and we're telling them about it every single month, which is that consistency part, right? So, example newsletter breakdown. Top three all inclusive resorts that wow every time, right? Then there's the header. Hey, travelers, it's Ash, ready for your next escape. This is the hook. Then the feature three quick resort blurbs plus one image each. Perfect. Inside there, there's the tip, and then there's the call to action. Now, every section has the same thing hook, flow, value, right there, straight to call to action. And that's how you guys want to break it down, which I know it's kind of the same, but I just want you to be able to visualize it too. So that's exactly how I would set up my newsletter, no matter what the topic is. But one thing I want to make sure that you guys also know how to do, and we don't ever really talk about this, but when I first started, it was kind of like traumatizing for me to send out something one time and then I was done with it, right? And we put a lot of work into things that we create. And I know that as travel advisors. But one thing that we always fail to do is reuse it. I don't know why, but we're not just good at reusing things and we need to be better about it. One of your posts can be multiple posts. You can cut your posts in half. You can change the music. You could change a couple of words, right? Like all of the content that we're already making, make sure you guys are reusing it. Please, please, please. So, one newsletter can fill a week worth of content, right? An intro paragraph, if you guys really liked the article that you guys are sharing, what am I trying to tell you? Intro paragraph, that could be a Facebook post. Travel tip, you could turn that into a reel. Your featured resort, it could be a Pinterest pin. Your call to action could be a short outro for your YouTube. Quote or story is a story post. What I'm trying to say is just because you're finding all of these articles just for your newsletter, it doesn't mean that it only has to be for your newsletter. I want you guys to carry this all the way through. So when I'm going to create my post for next month, which I've already done most of them, but when I sit down, I pull articles every month. We pull videos every month, right? These can all carry through. If I pulled a video that I really liked, put it in the newsletter. Why not, right? Take that same video, post it on Facebook. Same thing with the travel tips, whatever you're talking about, carry it all the way through so that they see it, regardless of how you pull it. It just makes it to where you're doing way less work. And that's what we want. We want to make marketing as easy as possible so that we feel more comfortable in doing it. So, key takeaways. I went over a lot of different things tonight, right? So, does anybody have any questions for me? Feel free to drop them in the chat, of course. Where is your video source? Okay, do you mean like if I were to pull videos, like in general to share? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where do you go to
So,
look for it?
good question. So, a lot of the times I like to pull from Vax. Like if we were to do a resort feature, let me show you a side Vax. Oh, I just put in our IATA number inside the chat. I'm funny. I meant to put it there. That was a good one, right? Okay. So inside Vax here, go to reservations and brands and then click on ALG vacations. Right. And then inside ALG vacations, go to tools, ALGV 360. So I will come in here and I will pull for resorts. You can pull for locations too. So if you want to do a destination spotlight instead of doing like a resort spotlight, I will pull from there. But give me 1 second while it pulls up. And we can also show you flyers while we're in here too. So inside ALG vacations or 360, shall I say, you come down here and you get images and videos. So you guys can just pull straight from here. So if you're worried about copyright on that part, go straight to the vendor or straight here. They have more than 2 items. It just says two, but they have destinations and they even have like a lot of different hotels that you guys can take from. And they have different pictures of it. You guys can use all of these. Okay. And then if you go back to videos right here. Right, we've got destinations. I got 93 of these hotels, and these are just their own little brandings. But if we were to do a resort spotlight, they update these all the time. Look, 17 days ago, 6 days ago, every time that they have a new featured property, they update these. So you guys can always come back here. But they got Riu, Hotel Xcarte. I pull these. This is where I pull from. I don't make it any harder than it has to be. If you can do the cruise lines, you just pull straight from the cruise line. You can pull all of these. Okay. So that's a good starter point. Now, another thing that I'll do too is sometimes I'll pull straight from Canva. Like Canva has a lot of good videos. And this week, guys, on my YouTube channel, I'm going to do a deep dive on Canva for holiday planning. And I will go over a lot of this different stuff. But a lot of times, if you come in here, you guys can make your own videos too. So let's just say in this setting, I would make like an Instagram post because you want it to be like a small square. I would do a template. There we go. Get like a blank square like this, right? And you guys can come in here and just get different, travel deals. If you guys want to do like Black Friday, let's see. Look, I've been doing Christmas, like Christmas deals, things like these are templates, right? So you guys can just make things like this, put it inside your newsletter. You guys can even come in here and just get different, let's say, Bali. All right, get different videos, make videos in here. There's a lot of things that you guys can do. But I will use Canva, I would use CapCut, Pexels, anything that like copyright that you guys can take, go for it. Okay. So that should give you quite a bit to work with there. Let me know, John, if you need any other tips on that. But I think that should give you quite a bit to work with, right?
Okay.
Awesome. Yes, of course. We're going to get there. So no worries. If you have pro, can you use anything? Yes, as long as yes, you have pro, all that stuff in there is uh royalty free. So you're fine. Okay. So yes, I will give you, of course, my YouTube link, but I still want to give you guys this newsletter start kit so you're not all alone when it comes to actually building out the newsletters. So give me 1 second and I will give you that. But stop. Let me go inside here so I can give you all of this cool stuff too. So what did you guys say? We said we wanted branch up, or was it branch up or in Linktree? Oh, was it branch up? Is that what we said? Because I don't want you guys to hop off without these videos.
Linktree is the one that I was interested in.
Okay, I'll just let
Do
me
you
grab
pay
this
for
one.
your version?
Yes, just for the background though. If you don't like the background, then you don't have to pay for it. That's the only thing I pay for is to make it like
Because
a video background.
I tried doing the free version and it wasn't even an option for me.
Oh, really? You have to
Yeah.
try it out. Try to do it on your phone first, and then close it out. Like exit out every time they offer it to you. Okay, that's
Okay.
the
I
branch
don't know
up
if I
one right there.
signed up before and maybe there was a trial period and it ran out. So
Maybe.
I'm really not sure.
Well,
Thank
if you
you.
want, just build a new one. That's what
Yeah.
I would do if it gets too much. But yeah, here is the training. One second. I have it for you guys. Oh, this is the live. Hold on. I don't want to give you the live. You don't want to watch all that. And then in general, guys, you guys can just click on the links, of course, too. And it has the same thing. So just skip past this part because this is back from my editing days when I was a way better editor than I am now. All right, there's that. Okay, so that's Linktree. Whew, I think I got everything right. And then there's just my YouTube channel in general. So guys, I do lives 3 times a week, Tuesday through Thursday. And this week we're doing fall into bookings, which is going to look like this. It's actually, honestly, it's a really good series. So if you guys need help with any like holiday marketing, because the holiday season is like one of our biggest booking seasons that we have, and I'll explain why. So that's there. If you want to screenshot that, that's what I'm doing this week. But like a holiday seasons from here till about March is like our highest booking season because people are planning trips for next year. They already planned their Christmas, right? So we're going to kind of pull them in for the next couple of months. This is what we're planning, blah, blah, blah. Like this is the setup. So I want to teach you guys how to pull them in now. So we're going to do all of this next week, just starting tomorrow. It goes live at 5 p.m. PST on my YouTube channel automatically. You just go to YouTube. If you tap that bell, you'll get notifications when I go live right here, the bell. It'll have it right here on my page. But if you tap on the notifications, it'll tell you. But I go live Tuesday through Thursday, and even for November, etc. Like we're carrying this on, right? And then even if you go further, we go a little bit further here. For next month, for Market Like a Pro, we're gonna take this. We're gonna do a deeper dive than what we're already doing here. Okay, let me find the sheet first. Where did it go? There it is. I do way too much Canva stuff, right? So next month we're doing engage like a pro and then schedule like a pro. So I'm going to teach you guys a lot of good stuff coming up here. Always, yeah, I always do 5 p.m. PST for me because it's just the perfect time for me. So even this training here, same place the next week, I think, right? That's the first Monday, whenever the next first Monday is. I will be doing Engage like a pro next. So I'm going to carry it all the way through. Okay. But let me show you this newsletter. Okay. Because this one's pretty cool. So this is what I wanted to give you guys to leave you guys with tonight. Basically, it's just like a little welcome, but it has a Chat GPT prompt pack. So it can actually give you exactly what you want it to have inside the newsletter without using like too much work on yourself. You can literally instantly write the newsletter for you. Okay. So let Chat GPT do all the work. You just put this whole thing inside of it and it will actually give you 5 different newsletters. Cool, right? Editable layout templates. Here's a good template for how exactly you want your newsletter in case you forget what I've told you. And then look at this 12-month content themed calendar. Oh, that was rude. Content themed calendar. Okay, now this is 2025, but just change it out, right? 2026, however you want to lay it out. This can go all the way through. So if you don't know what to talk about, somebody said themes earlier. Here's a good option to help you out. That one. Okay. Then they have newsletter makeover example just to show you guys if you need to make it better. And then this one is a subject line blank. So basically you could come in here and copy these and then just pop it into Chat GPT and it will make the entire thing. Okay. Next, content recycling chart, and then a done for you newsletter template example. You can literally pop this one in Chat GPT, tell it to fill it out, and it will do so. Okay. So all of this is just basically to make it easier for you to just kind of get set up with it. So for recording purposes, if you're watching this, go ahead and comment. What was the word? What were we going for? I think it was newsletter, right? Hold on, go back. You gotta go back to the end. Oh, there we go. Come back to me. All right. So if you guys are interested in that, yep, comment newsletter for the recording purposes. So when you comment newsletter, I can come in there and post it. But of course, if you're live on this training with me, you don't have to do that. Okay. I got you. You got you. I got you. I'm good. So everybody's commenting. Thank you. All right. So let me get you. Oh, what are we doing here? Of course, newsletter. There you guys go. So start with that. Okay. So that should help you at least get your first couple of newsletters in place. So you're not just going out here blindly with newsletters. Okay. And then, of course, make sure you guys come back here on the first Monday so we can talk about engaging like a pro. Because, guys, there's just so many different levels to marketing that we don't cover, right? So, one of the biggest important parts is all right, now we're sending out all this content, we're sending out newsletters, and we need to learn how to engage properly back with them because that's one of the parts that can kind of lose a lead. So, we're going to talk about that next Monday. And then I'll see you guys, of course, tomorrow on my YouTube channel where we can talk about falling into bookings, just getting prepared for the holiday season. But I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. And of course, if you guys have questions, feel free to ask them.